It's the last day of MagicCon Atlanta, so let's talk about it. This is just some of the cool things I saw. I'm going to talk about like the preview panel and stuff, but the one thing I do want to note is that we have an actual Magic the Gathering novel coming. You can pre-order it right now from your local bookseller, and if you're one of those people who's like, man, I really wish novels would come back, this is the time to put your money where your mouth is. It is written by Seanan McGuire, who is a famous author even outside the Magic Circle, and is a story about the first interplanar class at Strixhaven, like their first recruited students from other planes through the Omen Paths. A really cool story that is both beginner-friendly and accessible, but also will be fun for some deep lore fans. I can't really say anything more about it than that because they haven't really announced very much. I'll talk more about this book later this week. Let's talk about some of the cool stuff I saw. I really liked Ragavan's Pilfered Pins. It was too crowded every time I went by for me to get a statue of, there's like a 2-foot tall statue of Ragavan up there. But I liked sort of the production here with the carpet, and that's actually a pretty nice sign they had up. Arcades Arcade was the thing I wanted to check out the most. It was sort of just a low-key arcade, some arcade machines, some classic video games, Chandra basketball game. There was also a bunch of signs around. There's like Nicol Bolas's Bowling over here, or Nicol Bowling. I gotta get some pictures of these to share. But the coolest thing in my opinion was the Ether Drift slot cars. Look at the production on this slot car track. So there was an Amonkhet stage and a Girapur stage. Look at that. Man, like if they're selling, I might take this home. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in my luggage though. I had a meet and greet where there were 12 whole people excited to meet me, which is, you know, better than I feared. And they were all wonderful. I like chatting with people. I never really sat around bored, so that was good. Oh, and did I mention the new novel has a book promo, a beautiful Strixhaven command tower? But my favorite section was sort of the immersive Spider-Man area, which was a little bit Central Park, a little bit Daily Bugle offices. Here you could either solve a puzzle on the walls using newspaper headlines, or just outside you could pull a newspaper from the bin. Inside, if you want to get a closer look, looked a lot like this. It was pretty cool. It was fun put together for a con. And the puzzles were there were sets of 6 newspaper headlines for you to work through. And then there was also a newspaper that when you unfolded it, turned into a playmat. The other side of the newspaper was a how to play. It was a pretty cool like intro thing. I'm taking one home with me. It also had a crossword puzzle on the back. And if you solved either the crossword puzzle or the puzzle in J. Jonah Jameson's office, you got a welcome deck. The new Spider-Man welcome decks. I think this is the first time they were officially distributed, which is cool. And a better look at where I had put that newspaper, they had sort of Central Park-style chess tables sitting out for 2 people to sit across from each other. The Furby stuff was not my thing, but there was like a life-size Furby, and it was kind of cute. I just have nightmare fuel from Furbies from my original Furby whose battery lasted for like 2 solid years and that I would forget about in my closet until I opened it and went, yeah, just the most awful noise in the world, scaring the bejesus out of me. The Play-Doh Fibblethip might be my favorite thing. This was constructed live during the con. This isn't its final form either. But they had the sculptor or the artist behind the Secret Lair X Play-Doh doing this live during the con. So I met and said hi to Jason Loik. I hope I'm saying his last name right. There was also a Not a Wolf cosplay, which I think was sort of the funniest one I saw. Not a Wolf is, of course, Dan Sheehan's comedy account parody, Not a Wolf office worker. This cosplayer even had business cards to hand out that said regular human. I sent this to Dan immediately and he loved it. So if this was you, good job. I was also part of the Secret Lair Redacted and was not expecting to get the most gorgeous playmat that I own. There's like gold foil embossing. I don't think it's really gold, it's just like foil. But it's like the thickest playmat I own also. And finally, the Lore Master Monarch panel, where we crowned a new monarch. It was really fun. We had Chris and Brian from the Vorthos cast. We had My Hands Are Blank, Alice Blackblade, and Michelle Rapp. And we had a lot of giveaways for the audience. Thankfully, we had enough people that we could give everything away. We had a bunch of copies of Elspeth's Untold Stories, #1. We had a bunch of copies of my Life Wheel Deluxe Life Counter that I wrote the booklet for. The publishers were very gracious to give us some giveaways for this. And overall, it was a lot of fun. I'll be talking about like what they've previewed and stuff during the week. And if you're still trying to catch me, I'm only going to be there till noon today. So look for my Nope shirt and a white mask.